Harif is an excellent organisation, and the cause that they're promoting is a terribly important one. These are the forgotten victims of the whole of the Arab-Israeli conflict, and these are the remnants of great ancient Jewish communities with traditions which are really rich and diverse.
The Knesset passed a law in June of 2014 designating the 30th of November as a day of remembrance for the exodus of Jewish refugees from Arab lands and Iran. Not just to recall the bad times, but also the great contributions that Jews have made to the Middle East and North Africa.
We're a real grassroots organisation, so actually having this event at the Jewish Museum, having the deputies here, being joined with the Board of Deputies and the Israeli Embassy, it's a big breakthrough. It's a big breakthrough. Having this day in the calendar, it's the most massive breakthrough. It's like this should have happened 60 years ago.
And it marks the onset of terrible pogroms. It was really the beginning of the end of the Jewish communities of the Arab world. And these communities had been in existence for about up to 3,000 years.
I've just come from a film about Lithuanian Jewry, which is absolutely horrific. And we Ashkenazi Jews, we know about our own history, but the Sephardi disaster is also terribly moving. And these are communities which are even older. And there's a fascinating story there and a great tragedy. And there were 850,000 refugees displaced from Arab countries. That's a huge number. And some of those communities go back to the time of Ezra.
Well, this is quite a watershed moment for us. We've been working towards this for about 9 years, ever since Harif was founded. We are an association to promote the history and culture of Jews from the Middle East.
When I go out to different synagogues, everybody, not everybody, but most people say at the end of the evening, I had no idea. So many people think that the Sephardim went to Israel because of Zionism. They didn't realise they got chucked out. They arrived with a suitcase, with nothing, everything left behind, everything confiscated or stolen. So it's very, very important. In fact, it's never been more important, these facts. You know, the kids are going to university now. It's a very challenging time. They need the facts. When they're talking about Israel, and people are talking about Palestinian refugees, they need to be talking about Jewish refugees from Arab countries. It's essential. It needs to be part of the conversation.
But when people talk about Middle East refugees, they only ever mention Palestinian refugees. So this is something we are trying to change.
When the Jews left Egypt, I think it was £10 they were allowed per person. One suitcase, everybody was checked at customs before they left, wedding rings pulled off their fingers. Terrible stories, absolutely atrocious stories. People don't realise, especially in England, because you know, it was a small percentage of Jews that came here that maybe had connections already, whereas you go to Israel and most of the Sephardim who came had nothing. They were intense when they arrived.
We're very pleased to be organising it in conjunction with the Board of Deputies, and the idea is to reach out to the Jewish community at large via the deputies, so that each deputy would carry the message back to their own synagogue and their own congregation.
This is the most terribly important subject, and I really do hope that people pay a lot of attention to it, and I'm very, very grateful for the organisers for promoting this. This is really excellent.
Well, I hope more and more people will become aware of the forgotten refugees, that they won't be forgotten anymore, and that people will mention them increasingly when they talk about the Middle East, and that we will be an important factor in any peace process, because if you leave out the Jewish refugees out of the picture, you leave out one of the most important aspects of the problem.
I would say go to our website, look at all the links that we have. We have a blog that's updated every day, Point of No Return. We have events, we have films. Check them out, go to the links, watch them, get a better understanding.